Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2020 Limpopo province. Okay, September 2020 Limpopo province, question number 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so that are trigonometry questions. Question number 5, 5.1. Let's start. 5.1, question number 5.1. What is that question? A and B are complementary angles and A greater than 0 and B greater than 0. If 12 tan A minus 5 is equal to 0, so it is given that 12 tan A minus 5 is equal to 0, and using the diagram, calculate by using a diagram the value of 13 sin A minus 3 tan A. That is what you want to find. Okay, so here 12 tan A minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, and from here how can you find tan A? So 12 tan A is equal to positive 5. Then what is tan A? Tan A is equal to, divide both sides with 12. So it is, now this one is minus 5 taken to the other side, so it is positive 5. So now we have to find tan A. So divide both sides with 12. So 5 divided by 12. Okay, so when you divide both sides with the 12, then tan A is equal to that 12 and 12 cancel, and tan A is equal to 5 by 12. So what is the definition of tan? Definition of tan is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Am I right? Definition of tan is y over x. We represented y with the opposite side, and adjacent side we represented with the x. Okay, and sine, what is the definition? Opposite side, that is y, divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is r. Okay, then what is cos? Adjacent side we represent with the x divided by r. Okay, hypotenuse. So you have to remember this one, then only you can do these type of questions. Okay, so what is tan by definition? Opposite side by adjacent side, that is y over x. So this is y over x. Am I right? Okay, so it means that the value of y is 5 and value of x is 12. So it implies that x is equal to 12 and y is equal to 5. You understand? Okay, so we have to know the definition of tan, that is y over x. So this is tan, so it is 5 over 12, that is y over x. So it means that the value of x is 12 and value of y is 5. So which one is short there? There is no x there. Am I right? So we have to find the value of x now. I mean, sorry, there is no r there, hypotenuse there. So we have to find what is the value of r. So what is the formula to find value of r? That you have to know, root of x square plus y square. This is the Pythagoras theorem. Do you remember that one? Okay, so r is equal to root of x square plus y square. So there also you have to remember something. If you want to find r, what is the formula? Root of x square plus y square. If you want to find x, what is the formula? Don't write anything much. Now you are in grade 12. You just write root of r square minus, you want to find x, so r square minus y square. Similarly, if you want to find y, you just remember root of r square minus x square. So here we want to find r, so it is root of x square plus y square. So now this is equal to root of x square. What is x? 12 square plus y square. What is y? It is 5 square. So root of 144 plus 25, that is 169. Root of 169 is root of 169, that is equal to 13. Okay, so now we know all the values, that is x is equal to 12, y is equal to 5, and r is equal to 13. So this is r. So x is equal to 12, y is equal to 5, and r is equal to 13. Okay, now let's try to draw what you call Cartesian plane, and with the help of using a diagram. So you have to draw that diagram. Okay, so how can we draw the diagram here? They are saying that both this angle A and B, okay, we don't know where is B now. I will show you on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so both A and B are complementary angles, and a greater than 0, B greater than 0. What is the meaning of complementary angles? When you add this angle A and angle B, that is 90 degrees. So if you add A and B, if you want to get us 90 degree, it means that the sum of the angle is 90 degrees. So here you can see that this is 0 and this one is 90. And if you want to add two angles and the sum of the angle is 90 degree, means that the maximum it is going to be 90. It can't be more than 90. Am I right? When you add two numbers, for example 40 and 50, okay, what is the answer? 90. Okay, so here you can see that when you add these two numbers, both of the number must be less than 90 degrees. Then only you will get a sum of 90. Now, complementary means 90 degrees. So it means that the given one is on the first quadrant. Okay, the given angle or the point is on the first quadrant. And here let me draw a dotted line here. What is the y value here? Y is 5 and x is 12. So x is 12 and y is 5. And we got the r, radius or hypotenuse, 13. Okay, so this is 13. Okay, so this angle is 90 degrees. Now we can call this point as there are 2 points, angle A and angle B. Okay, so let's call this origin. Normally we call it as O, but here it is A and B. Okay, so that one is A and this point is A and this point is B. Okay, now what is the question? The value of, now based on this one we have to find the value of 13 sin A minus tan 3 tan B. Okay, so now those who didn't write this one, you have to write it first, then listen. So 13 sin A minus 3 tan B, this is what you want to find. Okay, so don't forget that, don't make any mistake there. This here the angle is A and here the angle is B. So this one you have to write based on this angle, angle A. Okay, and this one you have to write based on this angle, angle B. That is very important. Okay, so 13, this is equal to 13 into sine. What is the definition of sine in terms of x, y and r? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So it is y over hypotenuse is r, minus 3 into tan. What is the definition in terms of x, y and r? Opposite side by adjacent side. That you have to remember. Okay, now this is equal to 13 into y over r. Here which one is the angle? Angle A. So based on this one, y means opposite side. What is opposite side? 5. Okay, so y is opposite side, that is 5, divided by hypotenuse is the same, 13. Okay, minus 3 into, here look at this one, this is important, don't be confused, tan B. Here the angle, what is the angle here? It is B. Okay, so based on this angle, which one is y? Y is the opposite side. So based on this is B, and based on this B, which one is opposite side? 12. Okay, so 12 divided by, based on that B, what is adjacent side? This is the hypotenuse always. So this is the adjacent side, 5. Okay, now this one is you have to simplify this one. How can you simplify? So 13 cancel. So it is 5 minus 3 times 12 is 36 divided by 5. So How can you simplify without using calculator? So that's why we are writing these steps. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 minus 36 divided by 5. So it is minus what? 9 over 5. So the answer is minus 9 over. Sorry. What is 25 minus 36? 25 minus 36 is 35, 36, 11, not 9. So minus 11 over 5. Okay, so that is question number 5.1. now let's move to question number 5.2. okay, now let's move to question number 5.2. Question number 5.2, that is, what is that question? Simplify the following expression. You have to simplify that expression. So here tan 300 into plus cos of 90 plus x the whole divided by sin x plus 2 cos of minus 30. So that is the question you have to simplify. Okay, so what type of question is this? The reduction formula. Okay, so you have to know the reduction formula, then only you can do this type of questions. Okay, so here this is the Cartesian plane. This is 0, 90, 180, 360. Here first quadrant all positive, second quadrant sine positive, here tan positive, here cos positive. I hope you already studied all of this one. Okay, this is positive, 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 positive. Now tan 300 is in which quadrant? 300. What is this one? Sorry, 180. This is 270. Sorry guys, this is 270 and this one is 360. Okay, tan 300 is in which quadrant? On the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, how can you write? 360 minus theta. Am I right? Fourth quadrant, 360 minus theta. So this tan 300 we can write it as tan of 360 minus what is 300? 360 minus 60. Okay, fourth quadrant, here normally we are writing 360 minus theta. Am I right? Or how can you write 270 plus theta? Like that also you can write. Okay, so 360 minus 60, then plus 90 plus x. 90 plus x. Plus x means second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, now if it is based on 90 or 270, the vertical line, you have to change to its cofunction. What is the cofunction of cos? It is sine. Cofunction of cos is sine. Then the angle is x. So listen once more. It's very easy if you have to think in this order. Okay, or you have to ask yourself. Okay, in this order, 90 plus x is in which quadrant? 90 plus x, second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, then if it is based on 90 or 270, you have to change to its cofunction. What is the cofunction of cos? It is sine. Then that angle, sine x. Okay, then divided by sin x, then plus 2 into cos of minus 30. What is that one? Cos of minus theta. What is answer? That is positive cos theta. You have to remember that. What about sine of minus theta? That is minus sine theta. Am I right? Tan of minus theta, that is minus tan theta. So the only difference is cos of minus theta is the same as cos of positive theta. Okay, but here sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. So the only difference is in this one, cos of minus theta is the same as cos of positive theta. So here cos of minus 30, that is the same as cos of positive 30. Both are the same. Cos of minus theta and cos of theta are the same. So Cos of minus 30, that's the same as cos of 30. Okay. Now, what is this one? 360 minus 60. Which quadrant? 360 minus 60. Fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? Cos is positive. Here what? Tan. So it is negative. If it is based on horizontal line 180, 360, no change in the trigonometry. So it is tan. There is no change in this trigonometry. Then it is 60. Then plus into minus is minus sin x divided by sin x plus 2 cos 30. Okay. Now this tan 60 cos 30 is a special angle. We can substitute the values. What is tan 60? Tan 60 is this minus is this one. What is tan 60? It is root 3 minus, you have to know this special angle, then only you can write. Okay, so those who doesn't know these things, reduction, how to apply reduction formula or special angles, you have to watch that video lesson classes. Okay, so there I explain clearly when I taught this one on the class lessons. Okay, so there I clearly explain how to find this one easily and things like that. Okay, so this is a revision lesson. Okay. Okay, tan 60 root 3 minus sin x divided by sin x, then plus 2 into cos 30. What is the value of cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay, so here minus root 3 minus sin x divided by sin x plus 2 root 3 by 2. So here these 2 and 2 cancel. So now look at this one, minus root 3 minus sin x. I can take a minus as common factor. So numerator, I'm going to take minus as common factor. So what is here? Root 3 plus sin x. Okay, then here we cancel these 2 and 2. So there also root 3 plus sin x. So that one is also root 3 plus sin x. So this root 3 plus sin x, this root 3 plus sin x you can cancel. So remaining is only minus 1. This minus is this one. Then when you cancel, the answer is 1. So the answer is minus 1. Okay. So that is question number 5.2. Now let's move to question number 5.3.1. Okay. Okay, question number 5.3.1. What is that question? 5.3.1. Given sin x plus y is equal to sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. So sin of x plus y is equal to sin x cos y then plus cos x sin y plus cos x sin y. So it is given like this, sin of x plus y is equal to sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. Then based on that one, use this identity and derive an identity for cos of x plus y. So you have to use this one to derive an identity for cos of x plus y. That is the question. You have to derive an identity for this. Otherwise, we already studied an identity for this y. So what is the answer you are supposed to get? Those who remember that one, cos of a plus b. What is the answer you are supposed to get? Cos a cos b minus, when here it is plus, here it is minus sin a sin b. So this is the answer you are supposed to here in terms of x and y. So cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. That is the answer you are supposed to get. Okay. So anyway, we have to use this identity, the given identity, to prove this one. Okay. So what you have to do here is, it's like a theorem. Okay. So this, for example, 30, how can I write into sine? That is sine of what? Sine of 90 minus this 30. That is sine of 90 minus 30 is sine 60. Okay. So this cos 30 is the same as sine 60. How do you get that sine 60? This 90 minus this 30. Okay, so cos of 50, sine of what? Sine of 90 minus 50, that is sine of 40. Okay, so sine 20, cos of what? Cos of 90 minus 20, that is 70. So you can convert sine and cos like this easily. Okay, cos 50, how can you write it as sine? Sine of 90 minus 50, that is sine of 40. Okay, similarly here cos, we have to find cos of x plus y. Okay, so what we know or what is given, sine of x plus y is given. Okay, so I have to, first of all, I have to convert this one into sine. So how can I convert that into sine? This is sine of, like what I said here, 90 minus that, this angle. So here 90 minus our angle is x plus y. So listen once more. How can I write sine here? 90 minus this angle, but here the angle is x plus y. So 90 minus that angle, x plus y. Okay. Now look at this one, 90 minus x plus y. I'm going to expand this one, this bracket. Okay. So this is sine of 90 minus into x is minus x, minus into plus y is minus y. So sine of 90 minus x minus y. Okay. Now here look at what I'm going to do. Sine of this 90 minus x, the first two terms I'm going to consider as one term. Okay. Then minus y. Okay, so look at minus y. Now this one, look at how I'm going to write. Sine of 90 minus x plus, here look at this one, we are asked or we are told to use this formula. Here it is x plus y. Okay, so look at how I'm going to write this one. 90 minus x plus then minus y. So listen once more. It's a simple thing. First I expand this bracket. Minus into x is minus x, minus into y is minus y. Then I combine these two. 90 minus x, I combined as one term. Okay, then this minus y. Then this minus y, I wrote it like this. 90 minus x, then this minus y, I wrote it like this, plus into minus y. So what is plus times minus y? It is minus. Am I right? Okay, so there is no, I didn't make any changes there. Okay, so now listen very carefully. This 90 minus x, I'm going to write it as, this is my x. You have to think like that. Okay, this one is my x and this minus y is my y. Okay, so try to understand. Okay, this 90 minus x you have to consider as x. This minus y you have to consider as y. Okay, so it is separated with the plus. So try to read like that. Sine of x plus y. Am I right? That is the given one. Sine of x plus y. Okay, so how can you expand that one? Sine x cos y. We can use this one. That's the question. Okay, so I'm going to expand like this. Okay, so that one is going to be sine x. Sine x. What is our x? 90 minus x into cos y. Into cos y. What is our y? Minus y. Then plus cos x. Cos, what is our x? 90 minus x. Into sin y. What is our y? Our y is minus y. So now this one. 90 minus x. So guys, don't forget that this 90 minus x is our x, minus y is our y. So I am trying to expand like this. Sin x, sin 90 minus x, cos y, cos minus y, cos x, cos 90 minus x, that is this one, okay, into sin y, sin minus y, this is minus y, yeah? Okay, now this one, 90 minus x, 90 minus x, 90 minus x means first quadrant all are positive, so it is, and if it is based on 90 to 70 vertical line, you have to change to its co-function. What is the co-function of sine? It is cos of x, and everything is positive on the first quadrant, okay, into cos minus y. Previous question I already told you, cos of minus theta is the same as cos of positive theta. So cos of minus y is the same as cos of positive y. Okay. Then plus 90 minus x. 90 minus x is first quadrant. First quadrant, what is positive? Everything is positive. But if it is based on 90 or 270 vertical line, you have to change to its co-function. What is the co-function of cos? It is sine, then angle x. Then sine of minus y, let me write it, that one as clear. This is times sine of minus y, okay, sine of minus y. Okay, what is sine of minus theta? Previous question I explained that one. Sine of minus theta is the same as, is a minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta is cos theta, but sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So sine of minus y, that is minus sine y. Okay, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So sine of minus y is minus sine y. So now let's write it in order. So it is cos x into cos y, then plus into minus, this times, plus times minus is minus sin x into sin y. So now look at the expansion of this one. Cos of x plus y is cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. That is how you find the expansion. So we can use this expression to prove this expansion, this cos of x plus y formula. Okay, so that's the question. Now that is question number 5.3.1. now let's move to 5.3.2. Question number 5.3.2. 5.3.2. What is the form question? Prove that cos of x minus y, you have to, you have to prove that cos of x minus y is equal to cos of x minus y minus cos of x plus y, and you have to prove that this one is equal to 2 sin x into sin y. You have to prove it like this. That is the question. You have to prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, so to prove this one, you have to know the expansion of this one and the expansion of this one. Okay, so what is the expansion of cos of x minus y? Let's take LHS, left hand side. Okay, what is the expansion of this one? That you have to by heart. Cos x into cos y, here it is minus, so it is plus sin x into sin y. Then this minus I'm going to put it here. Okay, then I'm going to expand this one, cos of x plus y. So since here it is plus, the only difference is there in the middle is minus. Okay, so it is cos x cos y, then minus sin x sin y. Now we have to expand this bracket. Okay, so that is, okay, let's write this one, cos x cos y plus sin x sin y, expand this bracket, minus into cos x cos y, so minus cos x cos y minus into minus, so it minus times minus is plus sin x sin y. So here you can see that this is positive cos x cos y, this is negative cos x cos y. So we can cancel this positive cos x cos y and minus cos x cos y. Now look at this one, sin x sin y plus sin x sin y. How many sin x sin y are there? 2 sin x. So sin x sin y plus sin x sin y is 2 sin x sin y. And actually that is what we want to prove, 2 sin x sin y. So that is a RHS. Okay, so that is question number 5.3.2. now let's move to the next question, 5.3.3. question number 5.3.3. question number 5.3.3. what is that question? Hence or otherwise calculate the numerical value of 2 sin 95 195 sin 45. Hence or otherwise, so it means that we are allowed to use the previous question. Okay, so what is the previous question? What we proved there? Cos of x minus y minus cos of x plus y is equal to 2 sin x sin y. This is what we proved in the previous question. Am I right? Okay, so here the question is, hence or otherwise calculate the numerical value of 2 sin 195 into sin 45. How can you prove the numerical value? Numerical value means you have to find a number as answer. Okay, so 2 sin 195 sin 45, hence or otherwise, that means we are allowed to use the previous one. This is the previous one. Can you compare this one and the one that we proved? 2 sin 195 sin 45. Have you see something? Look at the right side. 2 sin x sin y. So if I call this 195 as x and this 45 as y, is it not like that? 2 sin x sin y, 2 sin x sin y. Can you see that? So if it is x and y, we know how to write this one. Okay, so if it is x and y, we can write it like this. Okay, so like that, instead of x, here it is 195 and here it is 45, pi is 45. So cos of x minus y, our x in this question is 195 minus y is 45, then minus cos of x plus y. What is x? Our x 195 plus y. What is our y? 45. Now what is this one? 195 minus 45. Check in your calculator. What is 195 minus 45? Is it 150? Cos of 150 minus cos of 195 plus 45. 200, 240. 240. So 150, how can you write? Which quadrant is 150? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, how can you write? 180 minus, am I right? 180 minus what is 150? 30. Minus 240. Which quadrant is 240? Third quadrant. Am I right? This is 180. This is 270. So 240 is in the third quadrant. Third quadrant, how can you write? 180 plus what? 60. 180 plus 60 is 240. So this one, 180 minus 30, second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. You know, second quadrant sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. No change because it is based on 183 is horizontal line. So here it is cos. Here also it's cos. Then 30. Minus this one. 180 plus 60. 180 plus 60 means third quadrant. Third quadrant, what is positive? Tan is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay. Then if it is based on 180, 360, no change in the trigonometry. So here cos, here also cos. Then it is 60. Okay. So once more, 180 plus 60 is in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant, what is positive? Tan is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, then no change because of the horizontal line. Okay, so it is here cos, so 60. Now this one is equal to minus cos 30, minus times minus is plus cos 60. So what is the answer of cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, that's a special angle. Okay, plus cos 60, that is 1 over 2. So there you can see that both have same denominator, so the LCM is 2. So we have to take the LCM as 2, then remaining is minus root 3 plus 1, or 1 minus root 3 by 2, and that's the answer. Okay, so that is 5.3.3. now let's move to question number 6. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 6, 6.1. Draw the graphs in the diagram. The graph of f of x is equal to 2 sin x is drawn in the interval minus 90 to 270. So there we can see there is a diagram drawn, and that is f of x is equal to 2 sin x. 2 sin x. This graph is drawn. Okay, so first let me draw that graph, then based on that one I'll explain the remaining things. Okay, so here the interval is, what is the domain? X is an element of minus 90 to 270. Minus 90 to 270, that is the interval. Okay, so first let me draw that diagram here, then after that based on that one I will explain. Okay, okay, so this is the given graph f of x, and what is the first question? 6.1. question number 6.1. Draw the graph of g if g of x is equal to cos of x plus 30 for the interval minus 90 to 270. So now the first question is, you have to draw another graph g of x, and what is the equation of that g of x graph? Cos of x plus 30 for the interval minus 90 to 270 in your answer book. Show all intercept with the axis as well as the turning point. So you have to draw this graph. So what you have to do is a simple question. You just want to take your calculator. You know the interval, it is from minus 90 to 270, and what is the step, or what is the interval between 2, 30, 60, 90. So you can take as an interval of 30. Okay, so what is our equation? Cos x is equal to, so how can you do this one? Mod, then 3 table f of x is equal, doesn't matter f of x or g of x, anyway we have to draw this one. Okay, so it is cos x plus 30 alpha, that closed bracket. Okay, alpha x plus 30 close the bracket equal to g of x. Here actually we are drawing g of x, but here we are typing as f of x, that's the only difference. Okay, so you can just skip that one by pressing equal to again. Start means the first number, first domain, minus 90, so minus 90. End means the last domain, 270 equal to step means the interval. So here what is the interval? 30, 60, 90. Interval is 30. Okay, so interval step 30, there you go. So for minus 90, 0.5, so minus 90, 0.5, quickly mark 0.86, then minus 30, 1, 0, 0.86, 0.86, 30, 0.5. Oh, it's very close at this point. 60, 0, then 90 minus 0.5, minus 0.86 for 180, then 150 minus 1, 180 minus 0.86, 210 minus 0.5, 240, 0, 270, 0.5. So these are the points. Now start from here. Draw that graph. So this is the graph of g of x. Okay, and the given one is the f of x graph. Am I right? Okay, so that is question number 6.1. So the given one, this black one, is f of x, and the one that we drawn is a g of x. Now 6.2, question number 6.2. What is that question? Show that 2 sin x, 6.2, you have to show that 2 sin x is equal to cos of x plus, show that 2 sin x is equal to cos of x plus 30 can be expressed as tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. Look at that question. You have to show that this one you can express as tan x is equal to, what do you want to show? This equation you have to express as tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. So this is root 3 by 5. That is what you want to prove. Okay, so here we have to simplify this one. So 2 sin x is equal to cos of a plus b. What is the equation that you studied? Cos of, or what is the expansion? It is cos a times cos b. Here it is plus, so you have to write minus sin a times sin b. This is the formula that you studied. Okay, so similarly here you have to expand cos a cos b, cos x cos 30. So cos x, this is a and this one is b. A is x, b is 30. So cos x cos 30, then minus sin a sin b, minus sin a, our a is x, sin b, our b is 30. So 2 sin x is equal to cos 30 is a special angle. What is the value of cos 30? Root 3 by 2. That you have to know. Okay, special angle root 3 by 2 cos x minus this sin 30 is also a special angle. What is the value? Sin 30 is half. Okay, so half into sin x. So half into sin x. So this is minus sin half sin x, this is 2 sin x. Take this minus half sin x to the left side. So already there is a 2 sin x here. Take this one minus to this side, so it is going to be plus half sin x is equal to root 3 by 2 cos x. So here you can see sin x is a common factor. There are two terms. Okay, so from here you can take sin x as a common factor. So sin x, if we take as common factor, what is remaining? 2 plus half into root 3 by 2 into cos x. So here you can see that this is a multiplication. This dot stands for multiplication, and here this bracket stands for multiplication. So if I want to take this cos x to this side, it is division. Here it is multiplication. So if I want to take this cos x to the left side, it is supposed to be division. Okay, so here okay, let's write one more step. This is sin x into, what is simplified, this one 2 into 2 4, 4 plus 1 5, so it is 5 over 2 is equal to root 3 by 2 cos x, root 3 by 2 cos x. So take this cos x to the left side and this 5 over 2 to the right side. So if this cos x on the left side, it is division. So it is sin x sin x, then I'm going to take this one to the left side, so it is division divided by cos x. Here it is multiplication, so on the left side it is division. So there is a root 3 by 2 here, and here it is multiplication. Can you see that dot stands for multiplication? So if I want to take this one to the other side, it is division, so divided by 5 over 2. So now sin x by cos x is tan x is equal to this. Here you can see this root 2 and root 2, let's simplify, or you can check in your calculator, there is no problem. So you will get, or 2 and 2 cancel, then the remaining is root 3 by 5, and that is what you want to prove in the question, root 3 by 5. So that is question number 6.2. Now you have to go to 6.3. okay, question number 6.3. Let's go to the next question, question number 6.3. 6.3, what is that question? Hence determine. Hence means you have to use the previous one or previous answer also. Okay, hence determine the value of x to one decimal place where f of x is equal to g of x. F of x is equal to g of x. You have to find the values of x to one decimal place. Okay, so f of x, what is f of x equation? 2 sin x. 2 sin x is equal to, what is the equation of g of x? Cos of x plus 30. So cos of x plus 30. So look at the previous question. We already proved that 2 sin x is equal to cos of x plus 30. We can write it as how? Tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. That is the previous question. Okay, we already proved that this expression 2 sin x is equal to cos of x plus 30, we can write it as tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. Am I right? That was the previous question, 6.2. okay, so now we have to find the value of x. That is the question here. So here f of x is equal to g of x is the same as 2 sin x is equal to cos, and we already proved that this expression we can write it like this. Okay, so from here what is x, or what is the reference angle? We have to find the, what is x from here? X is tan inverse of root 3 by 5. X is tan inverse of, tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. So what is x? Tan inverse of root 3 by 5. So what is answer in your calculator? Tan inverse of root 3 by 5. You can check in your calculator. It is 19.1. So here this one is 19.1 degrees. Now you have to check one more thing. Is that the only answer? No, because here look at our expression tan x is equal to root 3 by 5. Tan x is equal to root 3 by 5 means this one is positive. Am I right? Positive root 3 by 5. So where tan is positive? Tan is positive on the first quadrant and third quadrant. Am I right? Tan is positive here. Tan is positive, and the third quadrant also tan is positive. So what about the third quadrant? How can you write? We can say that this one 19.1 is on the first quadrant because that's acute angle less than 90 degrees. Okay, so what about the third quadrant? How can you write? X is equal to third quadrant, here it is 180. So 180 plus the angle, acute angle. So 180 plus what is our acute angle? 19.1. So x is equal to 118 plus 80 plus 19.1 is 190. 199.1. So the second x value is 119.1. Is it correct? Look at the graph. If you look at the graph, first x value is 19.1 and the second one is 199.1. What is the meaning of this? F of x is equal to g of x, where both the graphs intersecting. So look at this, this is an intersecting point. Can you see that? That is between 0 and 30. So what is that x value? 19.1. Okay, now where is the other intersecting point? This one. At this point 199.1. so here you can see that 109, here this x value is 199.1, between 180 and 210, that is 199.1, this point x value. Okay, so our answer is correct. Okay, so what are our answers? 19.1 and 199.1. okay, So that is question number 6.3. Now let's move to question number 6.4. Okay, question number 6.4. What is that question? Question number 6.4. Use the solution obtained in question number 6.3. You have to use the answer in question number 6.3, that is this 19.1 and 199.1 to answer the following questions. Okay, for which values of x where x is an element of 0 to 270. So there you don't want to consider what is happening after before this. This is 0, this one is 0. So here in this question the interval is given as x is an element of 0 to 270. You understand? Okay, so you don't want to consider what is before this 0. Okay, so here we just want to write based on what happens from 0 to 270. That means this part is not here in our this question. In this question that part is not there. So here it is minus 60, minus 30, minus 0.5, and it is ending here like this, 0 to 270. Okay, so what is the first question? 6.4.1. What is that question? F of x into g of x is less than or equal to, you have to determine the values of x. We are going to find the values of x satisfying this condition. What is the condition? First condition, f of x times g of x is less than or equal to 0. That is the condition. Okay, so f of x times g of x is less than 0. Less than 0 means what? It's a negative. Okay, so when two functions multiplied and the answer is less than 0 means what? If you want to get the answer less than 0, you know that either you have to multiply positive and negative. Positive times negative is negative, that means less than 0, or you have to multiply negative or and positive, then also you will get the answer as negative. Am I right? But if it is positive and positive, you are going to get a positive answer. Negative and negative, you are going to get a positive answer. Negative times negative is positive. So if you want to get a negative answer, one graph must be positive and the other graph must be negative, or first graph is negative and the second graph must be positive. Now tell me, when can you say that a graph is positive? When can you say that a graph is positive, and when can you say that a graph is negative? A graph is positive, you can say when the graph is above x-axis. What I said? A graph is positive when the graph is above x-axis. So here look at this graph of ours. Okay, here all of this is the x-axis. Am I right? This one is the x-axis. Above x-axis the graph is positive. So all of this part, can you see, it's a positive because all of that one is above x-axis. Am I right? But after this 180, can you see that it is below x-axis? So from 180 it is negative because it is below x-axis. Same applies here also in the case of this blue graph. Okay, so here it is positive, 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 positive. Then after that 60 below x-axis, so it is negative, 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 negative. But after 240 above x-axis, that means it's positive, positive. You understand? Okay, so now when we multiply this one, here look at this one, we have two graphs, f of x and g of x. Okay, so this is our f of x graph and this blue graph is our this is our g of x graph. Okay, blue one is g of x and the black one is f of x. So look at this one, here f of x is positive and g of x is positive. That means if you multiply that positive times positive, it is positive, but we want negative. One graph above x-axis and one graph below x-axis. Positive, negative, we want like that. Okay, so now here both the graphs positive. Can you see that above x-axis? But after this 60, can you see that this one is negative and this one is positive? That means from 60 to which point? Here it is negative from up to 180. From 60, that means from 60 less than or equal to, so we have to, x is an element of 60 to 180. Can you see that? Negative, positive. That is, when you multiply negative and positive, negative. Okay. Then after 180, what is happening? Up to 180, look at this one. Positive, negative. That means positive times negative is negative. Okay. But after 180, what happened? This one is negative, this is also negative. This is negative, this one is negative, this one is negative, this one is negative. That means negative times negative is positive. We don't want that one. We want the negative answer. Okay. Then after 240, what is happening? This graph is positive. Can you see that? But this one is negative. So if you multiply these two, positive into negative, negative. That is what we want. So from which x value to which x value? From 240 to 270, one graph is above x-axis and the other graph is below x-axis. From which one? From 240 to 270, one graph is above x-axis and the other graph is below x-axis. Can you see that? This is above x-axis and this graph is, this part is below x-axis. So what is this union? It's just saying that in probability you studied, union means combination, combine or all. Okay. Or if you write or, no problem. Okay. So 60 to 180 and 240 to 270, if you multiply graphs, then the answer is negative. Okay. Now 6.4.2, what is that question? 6.4.2, f of x is greater than or equal to g of x. That is the question. F of x is greater than or equal to g of x. You have to find the values of x. X is an element of what? Okay. F of x is greater than or equal to g of x. What is the meaning of that? This f of x graph must be on top and g of x, which one is greater here? F of x is greater. Okay. So f of x is greater means f of x graph must be on top. Okay. And g of x graph must be at the bottom. Okay. So f of x is on top. So what is that one? Here you can see that this part g of x is on top. Am I right? G of x is on top and f of x is at the bottom. We don't want that one. We want f of x is on top. This black graph is on top. So after this point, can you see that f of x is on top? G of x is here, f of x is on top. Okay. Up to where? Up to this point, f of x is on top, g of x is at the bottom. But after that point, what is happening? Again, g of x is on top. Can you see that? Here g of x is on top. We don't want that like that. We want this f of x is on top. So f of x is on top from this point to this point. From this point to this point, you can see that f of x graph is on top and g of x graph is at the bottom. So at this point, what is the x value? Excuse me, previous question we already find 19.1. At this point, what is the x value? 199.1. So it means that between 19.1 and 199.1, the f of x graph is on top, or f of x graph is here. Okay, and g of x graph is on at the bottom. Okay, so that is a question. X is an element of 19. So at what value of x this condition? Okay, so f of x is greater means f of x graph must be on top. So from where to where? So from 19.1 to 199.1, f of x is on top. Okay, before that g of x is on top. After this one, g of x is on top. We don't want that one. Okay, This same answer, maybe some schools you studied like this, it's the same thing, 19.1 less than or equal to, so you have to write less than or equal to x less than or equal to 199.1. These two are the same thing. Okay, either you can write it like this or write it like this. Okay, so that is 6.4.2. now let's move to the next question, question number 7. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 7. Question number 7, what is that question? In the diagram, C and D represent two boats in the same horizontal plane as B. Okay, first let me draw that diagram. Okay, then based on that one, I will explain the remaining things. So, okay, so this is the given diagram, and based on this one, so here you can see that this angle is X, this is also X, this angle is Y, this is 90, 90, and this height is H. So here you can see that this one is a right angle triangle, this one is also a right angle triangle. Okay, now also these two sides are equal, so they are saying that these two C and D are two boards. Okay, now what is the question? Prove that CD is equal to, what do you want to prove? Question is, prove that CD is equal to H divided by tan X into root of 2 minus 2 cos y. So CD is equal to H divided by tan X into root of 2 minus 2 cos y. Okay, that is what we want to prove. Okay. So here how can you prove this one? CD means this one, am I right? Okay, so that one is CD, and you have to prove that CD is like that. Okay, so this is CD, that line is CD. Okay, so here you can see that they applied a tan X somewhere here, tan X is here and X is here also. Okay, so anyway, if I apply tan X here, you know, this is a right angle triangle. Okay, so if I apply tan X here, what is tan? Opposite side by adjacent side. What is the opposite side? H. What is the adjacent side? This BC, is it not so? Opposite of 90 degree, this is the hypotenuse, so this is the opposite side, and this one is the adjacent side. So in triangle ABC, okay, I am going to take that triangle like this. Okay, so this is 90 degree, this is C, and this angle is X, this is A, this is B. Okay, and this height is H. So what is tan X? Tan X, what is that one? Opposite side is H over adjacent side is BC, because this one is the hypotenuse. Okay, so adjacent side is BC. So from here, what is BC? You know, if you want to find this BC will go there, and this tan X will come to the, you can swap each other. Okay, so BC is equal to H divided by tan X. Okay, so I got an expression for BC, that is H divided by tan X. Okay, now what is that BC in the diagram? This one is BC. Okay, so what is the expression that we got? H divided by tan X. So it is given in the question that this line and this line BD are equal in length. So if this one is H divided by tan X, what about this one? That is also H divided by tan X. Okay, so this is H by tan X, and this one is also H by tan, because it is given that these two lines are equal in length. Okay, now we have to find CD. Can you see that here we have to find, we know these two sides, H by tan X, and we know this angle. What is that angle? Y. So how can you find this angle? I mean, how can you find the length of this side? Which method you have to follow? Yeah, of course, cosine rule, am I right? Okay, so we are going to find CD. So how can you apply cosine rule? In triangle, which triangle is that? BCD. In triangle BCD, CD square is equal to, I'm going to apply cosine rule here. Okay, so those who doesn't know cosine rule, you have to study that videos where I posted the lesson where I taught this, what is sine rule, cosine rule, area rule, okay, or those rules, how to apply that one. Okay, there is a lesson there in the front. Okay, so there you have to watch and study how to apply different rules. Okay, so this is a revision lesson, so I'm directly apply CD square is equal to, how can you apply cosine rule? BC square, this one square, plus BD square minus then 2 into BC into, how many of you remember this cosine rule? BC into 2 into BC into BD into cos of that inclined angle. What is the inclined angle? Cos of y. Okay, so what is CD? CD, that is what we want to find. Then what is BC? We already proved that BC is h by tan x. So BC square, so it is square, plus BD, that is also h by tan x, so square. Okay, minus 2 into h by tan x into BD, again h by tan x into cos of y. Okay, so now CD square is equal to, what is this one? H square divided by tan x square, that is tan square x, plus this is also same thing, h square divided by tan square x. Okay, now minus 2 into h into cos y, so it is minus 2, h into h is h square, then cos y divided by tan x into tan x is tan square x. So here you can see all the three terms, tan squared x is a denominator. So you can take the LCM, CD square is equal to, what is LCM? Tan square x. So since the denominators are the same, we can just write the numerators as it is. So it is h square plus h square minus 2h square cos y. Okay, so now those who didn't write this one, you have to pause the video and write it. Now what is the next step? H square plus h square. What is h square plus h square? 2h square. So it is CD square is equal to 2h square minus 2h square cos y divided by tan square x. So now here you can see that 2h squared is a common factor. Okay, so take let's do, no, we don't want to take h squared as common factor. We can take 2h squared as common factor. We can take h squared as a common factor. Okay, so how can you write that one? CD square is equal to, I'm going to take h squared as common factor. Here why I took only h squared as common factor? Because here I can see only h is outside and both the 2's are inside. Okay, that's why I am going to leave these 2 as it is. Okay, I want that one inside the root. Okay, so here h squared I took as common factor, my 2 minus 2, this h squared I took it as common factor, then cos y divided by tan square x. So here CD square, so how can you find CD? You have to take the square root of all of this thing, h square into 2 minus 2 cos y divided by tan square x. So here CD is equal to square root of h square. What is square root of h square? That is h. Square root of tan squared x, that is tan x. Square root of tan square, that is tan x. Okay, then remaining we can't take a square, that's not a perfect square number, so that is root of 2 minus 2 cos y. So this is what we want to prove. Okay, so that's end of question number 7, and that's end of November 2020 Limpopo province question. Okay, so guys, I hope you understand clearly. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next lesson. Bye.